All right, looks like we have some more football action. Let's catch the second half of Bengals at Cowboys. USFFL action, final game of week 2. All right, we're going to get set up to watch the second half of the Cowboys hosting the Bengals. Bear with me while I get it set up here. All right, so that's all set up. Let's get me off. I need to present. No, it's presenting. We're good. I think we're good. All right. So first half is coming to a close, looks like. Bengals just had this possession begin inside their 5-yard line. And it looks like they are now across midfield. They're trailing 21-7 in this game. Six-yard pass play sets up a 3rd and 4. Much more manageable. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. 60 seconds remains before halftime. Joe Burrow, 17 of 19 in this game for 184. So they may be down 2 touchdowns. Doesn't look like it's Burrow's fault, although he does have a pick in this game. Might be a pick 6. Let's take a look. No. Oh, somehow I misread that. I thought that Dallas was losing 21-7, or that Cincinnati was. It's actually Cincinnati on top. There's a slant pass out of bounds, and that's incomplete. So Cincinnati is winning this game 21-7 and has possession. And they're going to try a field goal here. Looks like it's a 43-yard attempt. Evan McPherson's pretty good on that. 2 through 7 and 11-12. He does hit the field goal. Not as elite as I thought on that. Thought he had a little bit better range from those mid-ranges. Nevertheless, he hits the field goal. And that opens a 17-point lead for Cincinnati, 24-7. Dallas has just 45 seconds remaining, now 37 here in the first half. They do have 3 timeouts and a passing offense. See if he tries to get across midfield. He's splitting out 4 wide receivers here. Zeke Elliott's your tailback. Bengals going to drop into that dime defense. Keeping an eye on that deep game. There's a little button hook over the middle. Zeke Elliott has a yak opportunity. He's going to get 14 yards. That's a good pickup. Dallas out to their 42-yard line. I assume they're going to use their first time out here. And they do. Now 30 seconds remains. Dallas from their 42. Field goal range for Dallas goes all the way out to the 43-yard line. So they're only 15 yards away from that now, and it's 2 through 8. So a great deep ball kicker. 60-yard field goal attempt is a 2 through 8. So Dallas with a real chance here to cut this to a 2-score lead. Short pass here. CeeDee Lamb, he is double teamed by a linebacker. And on Dax's card, he gets it completed anyway. 11 yards. Move the chains. Von Bell makes the tackle and brings him down in bounds. So Dallas has to call their second timeout. So a nice completion on his card with a double team receiver. Prescott has the Cowboys at the Cincinnati 43. Again, they need to get to, at the 47. And they need to get to the 43-yard line for that field goal range. Still 4 wide receivers split out. Dak in the shotgun. Tony Pollard beside him. Bengals operating out of the nickel. I apologize, out of the dime. 3-2-6. There's a button hook pass to Tony Pollard. Zone is wide open. Goes to the defensive card, and Pollard's got a 10-yard pickup. Brought down immediately by Jesse Bates, the safety. 1st and 10 at the 37, and I think Dallas is going to have to take their final timeout. They could spike it and leave 8 seconds. Or call the timeout for 15. Not sure there's too much difference here. What am I missing? I'm seeing a fumble roll. There was a delay, it looks like. Because we are in the second half. All right, so the coaches indeed are congratulating themselves on a good first half. There was no field goal there. Not sure what happened on the end of that drive. Like I said, there was some sort of a delay. It says Tony Pollard QB spike fumble. So that's odd. Something happened there. Nevertheless, we are at halftime in Dallas, and the home team, the Cowboys, trail 24-7. Dallas, I believe, got the victory in week 1. They did. Dallas beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Score was 30-17 in that one. Dallas is coached by Tim Hay, former Cardinals coach who's taken over for Harlan McLean this year. Cincinnati Bengals also began the year 1-0. Also convincingly, they had a 30-13 victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bengals are coached by Jeff Wendlandt. Looks like Joe Mixon has a pair of touchdowns, a 14-yard reception from Burrow, as well as a 4-yard run. Dallas has 4 penalties to just 1 on Cincinnati. 3 punts to 1 as well. Both teams 2 for 5 on third down conversions. Burrow does have the 1 pick. Looks like our coaches are acknowledging that they are having trouble with this game. They may have to exit out and reboot, or I should say reload. Yeah, it looks like they are closing this game, and they're going to reopen. Welcome, Anthony, to the broadcast. How's it going, Anthony?
Hey, what's going on?
Looks like they're having, let's see, help me out here. They're saying any suggestions on the clock issue. I need to ask, describe the issue, because I'm showing 15 minutes.
Oh, can they not close it out or something?
He's saying any suggestions on the clock issue. The way they described it in game, doggone it, the game's closed. I'm telling him to describe the issue.
Always the first thing of advice is do a manual save.
Good call.
That's always.
So Jeff is saying that his side didn't end the half, and they're working it out. Huh?
Manual save. First word of advice.
All right, so he's going to check into that and keep us posted. So how are you doing today, Anthony?
I'm doing all right. We're in the second bit of the draft league draft here, Autumn Wind, and I'm not picking this round, but trying to keep up as we go. Maybe I'll ask your advice as we go forward here, Tim, who I should select in the 7th round.
Anthony, I love you like a brother. If you're counting on my advice to help you with the draft, I'm just going to be a long season for you, buddy. I don't have a lot of experience in those draft leagues. In fact, I think you've been present for all of my experience in those draft leagues.
Well, yes, but you're a good source of Chiefs information if needed. I know that.
All right, looks like they've got their tech issues straightened out. So I am getting a game number and getting us back in. So bear with me a second here, friends. All right, back to full screen. I believe this game is going to be coming up in a second from what he told me. This is the final game of week 2 in the USFFL. So we can expect that Scott will probably get us a week 3 launch email out either later today or maybe early tomorrow. So coaches in the league are going to have a little bonus time to get their week 3 games completed.
That's always good to be done early.
Yeah. Looks like my game with the Colts is probably going to go off on Sunday night, probably tomorrow night.
And
Yeah, it's actually fortunate. It's actually fortunate that the league happened to get done with their games a day early because John reached out to me. I play the Indianapolis Colts this week, and he reached out to me, and he's got vacation and some other stuff going on this week, and was really hoping we could get it in a day early. So I mean, it works out. We're able to accommodate, and that's always good if we can get that done and allow people to play their own teams. So let me ask about the game.
See that new number that came up?
Yeah, he put a new number out there, and I tried it. It's just not letting me in with the new number. I'm seeing if I can get Jeff to validate that for us. And on the off chance, let's get both of them. And I think before I bother them, let's at least try it one more time. Oh, wait, here we go. All set here. Nope, looks like they're ready. They're just chatting it away, it looks like. Bengals coach wishing good luck to his opponent. And the opening kickoff of the second half is brought out to the 27-yard line for the Dallas Cowboys. Get the pass rush matchup up here so we can see that as well. Coach Hay reciprocates the good luck. And Dallas settles in. First and 10 at their 27. Pollard out of the eye. Blocking back formation.
Share the screen there. I'm not seeing the game.
Oh, all right. Appreciate that. Heads up. Let me make sure that. Yep. All right. So let's get back to the screen. Thank you so much.
As much as people like our wonderful
Here we
faces
go.
for the game.
That's 10-yard completion to Tony Pollard out of the backfield.
My cigar's as big as my face today, so 3 faces.
I saw Dennis making reference to your cigar yesterday on Slack.
For draft days, you pull out the really large cigars that'll last you a few
The
hours.
big stogie.
Yeah.
Cowboys catch a run call on the defense. Short pass is incomplete, though, as Dak, despite a fairly decent card, has an incompletion on 7. 2nd and 10. There's a couple cards like that I've seen this year, Anthony, where the completions, there are a plenty, but they're concentrated at the top and bottom of the card, leaving the middle ones empty. It's kind of the first layout I've seen like that I can recall recently.
Whose card is that now?
Well, I'm looking at Dak Prescott's card, and 2 and 3 and 11 and 12 are all completions.
Yeah.
And it's the middle ones that are incomplete. That's kind of seems like a new phenomenon. I could be wrong, but I've seen a few quarterbacks looking like that this year. I don't recall seeing a lot of it historically.
That's true. Losing that 7 is always a big deal, I mean,
right. That's where you want your double team.
Pass. I think it's Derek Carr who has a 7 blank, right or wrong, flat pass. Last year it was Wentz who had right or wrong, blank 7. That just comes up often,
End run here for a first down. Pollard gets the Cowboys across midfield now at the 48 of Cincinnati. Dallas still trailing by 17 in this game.
And a chance is a chance, that's 6 chances to get a 7, right, out of 36. And of course it can be made
it
up
is. And there may be they may be lower percentage chances, but there's still plenty of them. It's a pretty good card, really.
Correct. But there's something about a 7 not being there, even though it can be made up, with a combination of a 5 and a 4 is equal to 6 chances. It's still
absolutely
grates at you.
Dallas with a 2nd and 4 now. Zeke Elliott comes in. 3 wide receivers splitting out. Cincinnati in the nickel. And on 2nd and 4, Zeke's going to try to get it grinding up the middle. He's got a good gain here, 7 yards. Coach Tim Hay giving Zeke his first carry of the game here. Moves the chains, 1st and 10 at the 35. CeeDee Lamb improved to a B-rated Yak player this year. I can't remember what he was last year, but I don't think he was a B. With 107 receptions, that's a nice boon.
Yeah.
Still 3 wide receivers here for the Cowboys. Linebackers double teaming, but it's a run up the middle on 1st down. Zeke going to his card just to pick up a 3 here. And it's 2nd and 7.
Depends too on your yaks. What's your quarterback's yak like? I mean, that's where are the yak hits? I mean, it makes such a big difference. Last year I had a 5 with Herbert, had a 5 yak hit, and now he doesn't, and it's like plus 7 yards automatic. I mean, it's a nice little upgrade. Like everybody's yak on the Chargers, for example, has been downgraded a bit in impact because it really depends on where those yaks are on your QB card.
Yeah, and just as importantly, the number within the parenthesis.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yep. Where's that -3? Is it +1? What is it? Yep.
Zeke up the middle again. 4 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 3 here. I know Pollard had 10 carries, I think, so that's actually 12. So a combined 15 carries for the tailbacks here. 19 passes, so a good spread here. Pass run ratio for Dallas as they try to make up ground in this game, trailing by 17 early 3rd quarter. Bengals in the nickel. 3 wide receivers split out. It's another run up the middle, this time to Pollard. Going to try to pick it up on 3rd and 3, and he's got 7 yards. That's first down at the 21-yard line of Cincinnati. So Dallas on the move here, opening drive, second half. 9th play of this possession. Zeke still the tailback. 3 wide receivers split out. And here's a button hook to Zeke Elliott. Linebacker in zone. The flats were vacated, but he did keep a linebacker there here in the middle zone. Nice break there for Coach Jeff Winlett. But a bad break on the dice. This is a short gain on Dak's card. Hits the number, and that's a 12-yard gain. Inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line. First and goal here for Dallas. Staying in the 3 wide receiver set. Defense calls pass on first and goal. It's another run right up the middle. Zeke Elliott. And Zeke on his card picks 5. Now down to the 4-yard line, second and goal. Dallas now converts to the full house formation, bringing on the bigs. 3-4 blitz shown here from the defense. Here's a run up the middle to Zeke Elliott. He's got 2 on the defensive card. 2 linebackers in zone makes a difference. Keeps him out of the end zone. We've got a big third and goal here at the 2. Dallas needs this. Down by 17. Cutting it to 10. Big difference. Then cutting it to 14. Full house formation. The 6 rated run blockers are over to the right side of the line. There's an inside run. Zeke Elliott. Run is the call defensively. To the running back card, and Zeke's into the end zone. 2-yard dive on the right column. So a good call by the defensive coach, but Zeke Elliott with the clutch touchdown on third down. Just what Dallas needed. Extra point opportunity now for Brett Maher is up, and it is good. And with 8:24 left to go here in the third quarter, Dallas takes the opening drive of the second half. It marches 12 plays, 73 yards, and eventually a Zeke touchdown. Cuts the lead of Cincinnati to 10 points, 24-14. Ensuing kickoff, Bengals taking over after a touchback at their 25. So give Coach Tim Hay credit. Gets the touchdown drive to end to open the third quarter here. He's right back in this game. He's got to find a way to stop Joe Burrow, who's 17-20 in the first half. 3 wide receivers now split out. Chase, Boyd, and Higgins. Dallas going out of the 3-4. So free safety Malik Hooker slides over to cover Boyd. Defense calls a run, but it's a square and pass right over the middle. Jamar Chase is the target. And on Burrow's card, we've got a short gain. And Jamar Chase, 12 yards and a first down, out to the 37-yard line. Joe Burrow on short pass wrong. Not only loaded with completions top to bottom, but 3 different short gains, including the 3 he rolled there. 4 catches, 40 yards for Jamar Chase in this one. 1st and 10 now. Still 3 wide receivers in the game for Cincy. And Dallas stays in that 3-4. Here's the play call. It's another square and pass right over the middle to Jamar Chase once again. Man in zone. And receiver opportunity, and Chase gets 4 yards, sets up a 2nd and 6. Jamar Chase was an A-rated Yak player a year ago on the Cards. He's only a C-rated Yak player this year. Both teams presenting the same formation here on 2nd and 6. 3 wide receivers out for the Bengals. Here's a dump pass out to the left side. T. Higgins, nobody in zone. That's good. 16-yard completion. Attack on a personal foul for 15 more, so a net gain of 31 for the Bengals there. Credit coach Jeff Winlett as he targets the only open flat zone. And T. Higgins. Made the reception and the big gain. 1st and 10 now at the Dallas 28-yard line. First down screen pass. Tailback Joe Mixon. Man in zone. And Mixon's going to be incomplete. Mixon unable to get the work done on his short or his flat pass right column. 2nd and 10. Dallas with more first downs in this one, 17-16. But the Bengals on top by 10 here. And the Cowboys now back out of the 3-4 into a nickel. They're going to show blitz, though, from the safety as he still comes up to the line. It's a hitch once again, right over the middle. It's good. 13 yards for T. Higgins again. 6 on the white die. Sends that to the 0-man column. Bengals are on the march. 1st and 10 now in the red zone at the 15-yard line of Dallas. 60 yards quickly in 5 plays. 2 tight end formation, mixing the tailback. Safety's up close. Cowboys showing blitz out of the 4-3, back to pass. And Burrow is looking short. He gets it off on his card, short to Mitchell Wilcox. He's got it. 11 yards. 1st and goal now at the 4-yard line for Cincinnati. Burrow continuing to light up the scoreboard here. 22 of 26. 240 yards and a touchdown. He does have the 1 pick. Now on 1st and goal at the 4. Full house formation for the Bengals. Offensive line not the best for the Bengals. They could use that benefit. Coach Hayes showing blitz out of the 4-3. Here's a run up the middle to Joe Mixon. The key was on the wrong running back, and Mixon plows into the end zone for the score. The Cincinnati Bengals at the 5:24 mark of the 3rd quarter have once again opened up a 3-score lead in this one. Extra point by Evan McPherson is up and good. And the Bengals right back on top by 17. The score is 31-14. Bengals kick is deep. And we'll see if Turpin wants to take that out. He does not. It's a touchback. And Dallas will take over at their 25. So Dallas now, once again, down by 17. Still plenty of time. 5 minutes, 24 seconds left to go, 3rd quarter. Prescott under center, 3 wide receivers split out. But it's a run right up the middle, and Zeke Elliott's got 6. Elliott getting the lion's share of the work here on the ground in the second half for Dallas. Now 7 carries, 29 yards. Stays in the game here on 2nd and 4. Bengals defense in the nickel. It's a button hook pass. Man in zone. The one linebacker that stayed home is in that look-in zone. And on the defensive card, we've got a receiver opportunity and an 8-yard pickup. Zeke Elliott picks up 8 on flat pass wrong, as that was converted despite the pass call defensively to the wrong column because he was wide open with the cover man blitzing on the play. You leave the cover man out of the play, and flat passes are considered wrong if the receiver result comes up. Here's another button hook to Zeke Elliott. 6 on the white die, sends that to the 0-man column, and Zeke is into the secondary for 23 yards. 1st and 10. Now into Cincinnati territory at the 38-yard line. Pollard, the tailback, in a blocking back set. Bengals are going to stay in the nickel. Defense calls run. Good call. Coach Winlet, it is a run right up the middle to Pollard. Nothing doing. Nice call on the defense. 2nd down and 10. Pollard stays in the game. Still blocking back set. And here's another button hook pass. This one's to Pollard out of the backfield. And Pollard with the 6 on the white die gets it to the defensive card, 0-man, but just a 4-yard pickup, as he did get that dreaded receiver roll, canceling out that good opportunity. Still, it's a more manageable 3rd down now at 3rd and 6. Prescott not too shabby as well in this game, now 17 of 23. 166 yards. Pollard, 7 catches in this game. 3rd and 6. Here's a run. Pollard going to try to pick it up on the ground. Caught the defense guessing pass, but it is just a 1-yard gain as a white on the white die with 3 wide receivers. Sent that one to the right column. And it's 4th and 5 at the 33. So field goal opportunity here. 2 through 6, 11, and 12. He's going to forego that. And on 4th and 5, actually, that's 2 through 8. 2 through 9 and 12 field goal he's foregoing here on 4th and 5. Interesting call. Here's a screen out to Pollard, out to the left side. Defense did call pass. Man is in zone. And on his card, Dak gets 7. Great roll there for Coach Tim Hay, converting that big 4th down. So Coach Hay takes the gamble, forgoes the 3-point field goal on a 2 through 9 and 12, goes for the 4th and 5 and converts. The drive marches on. 8th play of this drive, 1st and 10 at the 26. Dak Prescott back to pass, looking short, forced out of the pocket. He's going to scramble, and he's got some room around the right sideline, inside the 10, inside the 5, and brought down at the 1-yard line. 25-yard must-run scramble by quarterback Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are right on the goal line again. Full house formation. Elliott and Pollard, the tailbacks. Big clutch must run there from Dak. Snake eyes. And he's going to sneak it to Dak here on 1st and goal at the 1. And not enough. Didn't get enough leverage there. Cincinnati's DJ Reader, the 6th-rated nose, standing in his way and officially credited with the tackle on that one. 2nd and goal at the 1. Full house once again. 3-4 blitz here by the Bengals. The key is on Prescott. I'm sorry, the key is on Pollard. It is a run to Prescott, and he dives over the pile into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. On the final play of the third quarter, Prescott dives over the pile and into the end zone. The extra point from Brett Maher is up and good. And we head to the fourth quarter in Dallas. It is once again a 10-point game. Home team losing. Bengals on top, 31-21. Touchback on the ensuing kickoff. And the Bengals up by 10. We'll start the fourth quarter, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Both of these teams trying to get to 2-0. As we head into the fourth quarter, Bengals are in the driver's seat. Up 10, they have the ball. 3 wide receivers splitting out now for Burrow. And he's back to pass. He looks short. Tyler Boyd's the target. He can't get him. Incomplete on Burrow's card. 2nd down and 10. Just Burrow's 5th incompletion of the game. Safety comes up close now, showing blitz out of the nickel. Back to pass. Burrow again looking short and incomplete. First down was a 5 on his card. 2nd down, a 5 on the defensive card. And with 4 men there, nothing doing. Matter of fact, with 3 men, nothing doing. 3rd down and 10 now for the Bengals at their 25. Dallas with an opportunity to get him off the field quickly with a 3 and out here. Cowboys bring the nickel. 4 wide receivers now split out as Trenton Irwin onto the field for the Bengals. And on 3rd and 10, back to pass, and he doesn't get it off. He's brought down. Micah Parsons brings Burrow to the turf. His first sack of this game, and it is 4th and 18 now. Cincinnati's going to punt from their 17. So Dallas making a fourth quarter push here. 50-yard punt. They're going to let it bounce, and it rolls an additional 7 yards. The Dallas Cowboys will now take over. 1st and 10 at their own 26. Dallas trails by 10, 13:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Coach Tim Hay going to try to make the comeback here. Pollard is his tailback. In a blocking back set, nickel shown here from the Bengals. And it's another button hook. A lot of those in this game. Pollard's the target. And with a result of receiver, Pollard comes up empty on his card. 2nd and 10. Pollard leading the Cowboys catches in this game. 4 more for Zeke Elliott. That's 12 of the 16 completions to Prescott. So not doing so well on the outside to his wide receivers. 2nd and 10. Here's a run up the middle. Defense called pass. Zeke Elliott. And he's going to get himself just 3 yards. Offensive center with an opportunity to make a block and spring for 7. But with 3 wide receivers on the field, he wasn't able to make the block. 3rd and 7 now at the 29-yard line. Anthony, you hear me cite anything wrong about the rules, you unmute and you jump right in there. Here's a screen pass. Okay. Tony Pollard, he is doubled. So a big 3rd down call on defense and picked off. Jesse Bates jumps in front of it. No, actually, it's Sam Hubbard. The defensive end jumps in front of this flat pass for Cincinnati. Huge play in this game. Opportunity at a return here for a touchdown, and the roll is a 19-yard return, and then Hubbard fumbles it. Back onto the ground. They're scrambling. It's loose. And Cincinnati has recovered the loose ball. Let's see if he wants to try to run it. He has it at the 11.
I guess
And
not.
he is indeed going to try to run this fumble, and he gets 3 more yards. I'm not sure that's beneficial as it takes him inside the 10. First and goal now at the 8. Tim Hay salutes the defense on a great call, and you really have to say that's true. Double teamed by the safety on the right person, went 2-minute zone, got it to the defensive card, hit the 3, gets the pick. Great call. First and goal now, Bengals at the 8. Touchdown here would put them back up by 3 scores. Huge turnover in the game. Both teams now with 1 interception, even at 1 turnover apiece. Coach Jeff Wendlandt noting that he saw the ball tip off the defender. Safety up close for Dallas, showing blitz out of the 4-3. 2 tight end set here. Joe Mixon, the tailback. Bengals from the 8, first and goal. Back to pass, looking short. T. Higgins is the target. Micah Parsons is on him. He's double teamed and incomplete. And that roll on the quarterback card was just 1 zip code away from being that automatic interception. Nice call by Coach Tim Hay on defense. Sets up a second and goal at the 8. He's going to need a couple more good calls here as he's got to hold Cincy to a field goal. 2 tight ends set here again for Cincy, but P. Ryan comes in as the tailback, replacing Mixon. Cowboys in a 4-3. Here's an off-tackle run. Samaje P. Ryan caught the defense guessing pass. P. Ryan gets 4 on his card. Cuts the gap in half. It's now 3rd and goal at the 4. And we'll see if they might want to run it in here. 2 tight end set. Mixon back in the game as the tailback. 4-3 blitz shown here by Dallas. Dallas desperately needing to stop here to keep this at a 2-score game. 11 minutes, 24 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Under center. And it is a handoff indeed. Defense gets pass, off tackle, Mixon to the defensive card, and nothing doing. Got a blocking back result. No blocking back was present. So 4th and goal at the 3. And Evan McPherson's going to come on for the chippy. That's good. Field goal for Cincinnati extends to a 13-point lead, 34-21. So credit Coach Tim Hay and the Dallas defense. A turnover put them behind the 8 ball. The defense makes a stand and forces the field goal. It keeps this at a 2-score game. Dallas now after a touchback with the ball at their 25, trailing by 13 points, 10 minutes, 30 seconds left. Pollard the tailback in a blocking back formation. Defense out of the nickel. They guess pass, it's a run right up the middle and nothing doing. 6-rated nose tackle. DJ Reader makes another play. Stuffs that for just a 1-yard gain. 2nd down and 9. 7th tackle in the game for DJ Reader. He also has a forced fumble. 3 wide receivers split out now for Dallas. Elliott now at tailback. Back to passes. Dak, he's looking short. Noah Brown's the target. And on the defensive card, a result of receiver, and Noah Brown's got it. 14-yard completion for Noah Brown. There is a penalty. It's offsetting penalties, so back it up. Still 2nd and 9. Wipe that away. Big injury on the plays to Sam Hubbard. Defensive end for Cincinnati is out of this game. Looks like he's going to be out for the remainder of the game unless we hit overtime. I said defensive end, but he's actually carded here as a left outside linebacker. 5 rated against pass and run, and a 10 rated blitzer. One of his 2 outside blitzers. So big injury there for Cincy as Dallas is trying to come back and won't have a big blitzer to stop him. Here's a 6-yard run on 2nd and 9. Pollard, his 17th carry. Short of the sticks now. Dallas 3rd and 3 from their 32. Just over 9 minutes remains in this contest. Interconference action here in the USFFL. Big 3rd and 3. Dallas is 4 of 10 on 3rd downs today, 40%. There's a screen pass over to the right side. 2 linebackers in zone. Great call again by Coach Wendlandt. He didn't double him this time, but he did pick the right zone to double up. But it goes to the offensive card and a yak opportunity. Prescott to Elliott, and Elliott's got snake eyes and a nice yak run for Zeke across the 50, a gain of 21, and brought down at the 45-yard line of Cincinnati. So an exceptional roll there on a key 3rd down. Keeps this drive alive. 1st and 10 now. Pollard replaces Elliott. Dallas out of the blocking back formation. Coach Wendlandt and the Bengals still cautious out of the nickel. Smart call. Back to pass is Dak. He's looking short. CeeDee Lamb is his target. On his card, he's forced to run with it. And Dak hits snake eyes again on the scramble of 25 yards. 2nd time in the snap he's hit that number. Triple threes is an injury to wide receiver Noah Brown for Dallas. So one of their receivers is out now. Noah Brown will be available in overtime as he nurses an injury. But 1st and 10 now for Dallas at the 20-yard line of Cincinnati. Prescott now 7 runs for 66 yards in this game. 3 wide receivers are splitting out here. 8:24 remains. Dallas down by 13. Prescott back to pass, looking short. Receiver is double teamed, then incomplete. Another good call by Coach Jeff Wendlandt as he double teamed the primary receiver on that play. 2nd and 10. A field goal would cut it to 10 with 8 minutes left in the game. There are scenarios I can see where you might consider that, depending on down and distance. But for the most part, Coach Tim Hayes looking for touchdown or bust here to cut it to a 1-score game. 2nd and 10 at the Cincy 20. Dallas with 3 wide receivers split out. Pollard the tailback. Cincy out of the nickel. Here's a run up the middle. Another good call by the defense. Coach Wendlandt calls run and nothing doing. 5-yard gain on wrong, but 0 after that good call on defense. 3rd down and 10. Still at the 20, so long pass still in play. 3 wide receivers splitting out here. Now Prescott operates out of the shotgun. Pollard is his tailback. Cincy out of the nickel. It's 3rd and 10. You wonder at 4th and 10, would you kick the field goal? It's 7.5 minutes remaining. God, that's a tough call. If it's 4th and 10, I think I'd take the field goal, but I can justify it either way. 3rd and 10, he's going to try to run for this. Defense calls pass, and he only gets half of it. Pollard gets 5 yards, and 4th and 5 at the 15. I think with that, he will go for it, and he will. So that may have been the plan all along. Get some of it back with run, open up the playbook, and let's get the conversion. Tim Hay, big 4th and 5 here at the 15-yard line. Cowboys split out 3 wide receivers. T.Y. Hilton is operating out of the slot nickel for here for the Bengals. Prescott on the shotgun, Pollard beside him. 4th and 5. There's been great defensive calls all up and down the drive here. Here's a pass call. He's going to try to run it. He needs 5 yards right up the middle on the Cincy defense. To the defensive card, he gets 4, and he's brought down, but a penalty. It is holding against Dallas. And so they're 1 yard short of the 1st down. Cincy declines the penalty and takes over the Bengals. 1st and 10 at their 11 now. Up 13, 6:36 to go. So that was a crucial play in this game. Fourth down conversions on the day. Dallas just 1 for 3. And time becomes the enemy quickly here for the Bengals. I say for the Bengals, I meant for the Cowboys. Bengals on offense, 3 wide receivers splitting out now. And we'll see if the Bengals at some point get out of this 3 wide receiver set to get rid of that one guy that can hurt the run chances, as they might be interested in milking some clock along the way here. Cowboys out of the nickel here. The defense calls run for Dallas, but it's a square out. T. Higgins the target, and the linebackers were up, so the zone is empty. The quarterback card we go. It's a yak opportunity for T. Higgins, and not a very good roll, just a gain of 1. So big break there for the Dallas Cowboys. 2nd and 9, Bengals from their 12. Coach Winlet keeping 3 wide receivers in the game. 3-4 here from Dallas. Here's a button hook on the play. Joe Mixon out of the backfield is your target. Linebacker is in zone, but a 6 on the white die ignores that. And a pickup of 9, and that's good enough for a first down. White die conversion there as the clock now ticks under 6 minutes. 1st and 10 Bengals at their 21, trying to run this clock out. Still 3 wide receivers here, splitting out for the Bengals, but they will run out of that formation. Off tackle to Joe Mixon. And Joe on his card, going to pick up just 2 yards. Bad break Bengals, 2nd and 8. Typing my note to the coaches to invite them on for a brief debrief on the game if they're interested. As always, no pressure. We sure like seeing our coaches and getting to know people, but not everybody's comfortable with that. My own daughter has anxiety. I just don't want to force that on anybody. 2nd and 8, they key Joe Mixon, but it's a screen. Joe Mixon's the target, and that's a good play call for 11 yards. Coach Winlet moves the sticks again. Now 1st and 10, Bengals from their own 34. Joe Burrow's just been steady all day today. Now 25 of 32 for 261. And now the 2 tight end formation is on. 3rd wide receiver's out of the game. Joe Mixon, the single tailback. Cowboys still going to operate out of the nickel here. They key Mixon again, but it's a button hook. Man in zone. Mixon the target, again to the quarterback card, and a yak opportunity, and Joe Mixon's got a big gainer on this one. +5 from Burrow and an additional 20 on the yak from Mixon. A 25-yard play crosses midfield. And Cincinnati on the march now at the 41-yard line of Dallas. 4:12 remains in this game. Mixon, 7 catches, 70 yards. Both teams really going after those tailbacks in the flat game. Cowboys need a turnover. They guess pass. This time it's a run. Off tackle, Joe Mixon. And that's a 6-yard pickup. And I will say that, when you're calling a game, it's just a guessing game, but I got to give credit here. I think it's looked like some good calls down the stretch here from Cincinnati has really kind of helped them put the game away on this drive. They seem to be passing when the defense gets run and vice versa. They bring out the full house formation now, Cincinnati does, with 3:36 remaining on a 2nd and 4. Dallas out of the 4-3. Offense crosses them up. Defense calls run, stuffs that middle linebacker zone, but it's a button hook to the empty zone behind it. Result of receiver goes to Pirine's card, and Samaje with an 8-yard pickup gets the first down conversion. Cincy now down at the 27-yard line of Dallas as they're on the verge of closing this one out. Up by 13, 3 minutes to go. Dallas does still have all 3 timeouts. Here's an off-tackle run and a 2-yard loss. Coach Tim Hay with the run ball on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 12 here. Coach Jeff Winlett going to leave the... Oh, I thought he was going to leave the bigs in, but he actually switched it up. 3 wide receivers split out now on 2nd and 12. Cowboys out of the 3-4. They guess run. It's a pass. Square out pass, T. Higgins. And Burrow on his card goes to receiver, and Higgins is going to get 7 on his card. And that'll set up a 3rd and 5. And that might take us to the 2-minute warning if they let the clock run. I think they will. A timeout here would only stop it at 2:06. So he'll save the timeout. We've reached the 2-minute warning. Since he's up by 13 points, and they have a 3rd and 5 at the Dallas 22. I think I'd run the ball here for sure, just to make sure Dallas uses that timeout. But we'll see. 3rd and 5. He's been plenty aggressive. He does split out 3 wide receivers here. Defense responds with a nickel, but they call run, and it is. Off tackle, Mixon's going to get just 2 yards. It's going to make it 4th and 3. See if Dallas stops the clock. They do not. So they let the clock run down to 1:15 from the 20-yard line. Evan McPherson's going to come on here for an attempt of 37 yards. And 2 through 10 drills it. And with just over a minute to go in this game in Dallas, home team trails right now 37-21. So Dallas pretty much out of this. But technically, 2 scores. There's a 1:07 remaining. 2 scores and 2 2-point conversions with the blessing of an onside kick, I'm sure, in between. So this is looking like a victory for the AFC in this interconference matchup. Dak stays in the game. 3 wide receivers split out. So they'll see what they can accomplish here. But it's a run up the middle. Zeke Elliott. And Zeke, with the benefit of a couple boxes, turns that into a 13-yard pickup. Dallas out to their 38. We'll see if he's going to call timeout or let the clock runs. And he's going to let the clock run. So down by 16 with only a minute to go. Cowboys decide to let the clock run. Precautionary move, helps with injuries. And there were a few. And Cincinnati is going to walk away with a road victory in Dallas by 16 and improve to 2-0. Dallas will fall to 1-1. Another run up the middle for Zeke Elliott goes nowhere. And we're down to our last 8 seconds. Just let both coaches know they're welcome to join up after the game. Waiting for the final play call to wrap this one up. And indeed, the play call is Dak Prescott taking a knee. And so the clock's going to run out on this one. And it's official. Your final score from Dallas. Bengals win on the road 37-21. Coaches congratulating each other on a great game. Joe Burrow finishes 28 of 35 for 301 yards, 80% completion rate. 8.6 yards per attempt and a 100 rating. Dak Prescott, 19 of 28, 196. Both quarterbacks with a single interception. Neither team had a 100-yard rusher. Pollard leads the Cowboys with 77 on 20 carries. Mixon goes 11 for 53. Mixon also led the Bengals in receptions, 7 for 70. And Pollard, 8 for 68. So pretty much the same as far as leading receivers. Micah Parsons had the sack in that game. All right, we'll keep an eye on our coaches to see if they're going to pop in for a word or two. Take a look at the injuries coming out of this one. Sam Hubbard was a big injury, but managed to not be a big deal. He'll be back. Anthony Brown and Donovan Wilson for Dallas will still miss another week.
I think Dallas has the Giants next week, which is an important game.
Let's find out, shall we? That would be an important game.
Always seems to be.
All right, Dallas and Philly are both 1-1, and the other teams are 0-2. Dallas in week 3 does play the Giants, just like you said. So Giants, if you're the Giants and Commanders at 0-2, at least there's nobody that came out 2-0. So you're only one game behind. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, as you can see here, they've now opened up 2-0. The only team that can possibly catch them is the Browns. They show 1-0. They played the Jets and they won. So indeed, Browns and Bengals tied atop the AFC North. So that appears to be it. We're going to go ahead and get ready to sign off here. Sometimes the coach shows up. 1 second here. Nope, I was making sure that wasn't related to the broadcast. So I think we're going to go ahead and sign off here, everybody. We've had a couple of games today. The Detroit Lions held on and beat the Washington Commanders. And in the finale of the week, the Dallas Cowboys at home couldn't get it done. Coach Jeff Wenlett on the road and the Cincinnati Bengals gets the victory, and he goes to 2-0. So that's going to wrap up the USFFL for today, and as a matter of fact, wrap it up for the week, as you can be looking out for that game file probably coming out from Scott either today or tomorrow, and we will get a couple bonus days to get week 3 done in the USFFL. Thanks to all of you who have joined on the broadcast today, as well as Anthony, and you have a good day.